Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a Futmas preparation video, Futmas number 2 preparation guide that I want to be going through today, and just talking about how we can prepare our clubs and our transfer lists, and how we can make a lot of coins during Futmas based off of years past and how Futmas has looked. Now, yes, it could look different this year, but I think it's going to be pretty consistent because over the years past it has been and stayed very similar. So here we're on FIFA AU Team's website. We're going to be looking at basically their rundown of Futmas of FIFA 18 and everything that went on during that promotion. So during Futmas there are a lot of SBCs. That's the main thing you got to think about. A lot of them are player SBCs. They have a cool Futmas card design. They give players upgrades. Players that haven't gotten informs yet, usually the players that they put out are very desirable. It is more of a coin sink type of promotion, but there also are promo packs and lightning rounds that happen during the Futmas promotion. Obviously with all the SBCs, they got to have something to put cards onto the market. So we do see promo packs and lightning rounds almost every day. Lightning rounds not every day, but those lightning round days are usually the day before Christmas, Christmas itself, and the day after Christmas. Those are the most common days for the lightning rounds. And obviously they're going to have all the different kinds of packs out and available to people as promo packs in the store with a daily limit instead of a global limit. So the big thing is with Futmas, it's the SBCs. And as you can see here, this is FIFA 18, and they've done it differently every couple years. So in FIFA 17, I believe they followed the calendar date and they used players in those SBCs that their actual real life numbers, their football numbers, were used to coincide with what day of the month it was. So maybe the promotion started on December 15th. You had 3 guys that day that wore number 15. So basically what happened last year was, though, they started with the number 30, and each day they came out with 3 new SBCs. So players with the jersey numbers 30, 29, 28, those players were featured on the first day, and from there it just counted down 3 every day until the end, where you got to obviously 3, 2, and 1, which didn't really mean that you got better players as you went on, but you kind of got good players throughout the whole time. And I felt like they made a pretty good mix of players last year. They were good players, they were usable, and a lot of people liked to do them. But the biggest critique about Futmas FIFA 18 was that the entire set of Futmas SBCs was leaked beforehand, so they had to change it up a little bit. So that kind of sucks. So hopefully we don't have that this year, just so it's a big surprise and we really get to see some cool cards that we didn't know were coming. So as you see last year, a lot of the cards that they put out, we have Lamar, Koulibaly, Berardi, Rugani, Draxler, Mkhitaryan. A lot of these players are coming from top teams in their league. So obviously we have a lot of Premier League, we have La Liga, we have Liga 1, we have Serie A, and the Bundesliga. So like the main 5 leagues is mostly where these players are coming from. Yes, we did have a LA Galaxy Romain Alessandrini. I think he might have been the only card that was not from one of the major 5 leagues. The rest were all from those major 5 leagues, and a lot of the teams that you see as well are some of the major teams. We have a PSG, Thomas Meunier. We have multiple Manchester United players with Mkhitaryan, who was on United at that point, Ander Herrera, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We had a couple Monaco players with Fabinho, and there was another Monaco player up here, Lamar as well. And then you obviously have some Bundesliga players. Interestingly enough, last year there were no players from Bayern or from Dortmund. They had 2 players from Leipzig. They had Keita and Werner, and also they had Serge Gnabry from Hoffenheim. I would almost guarantee that we see a Bayern Munich or a Dortmund player this year, though, in Futmas SBCs. You're going to see players from Barcelona. You're going to see Real Madrid players, like somebody who hasn't gotten informed so far this year, but is still a popular player in Ultimate Team. That's somebody who's going to get a Futmas SBC. So you're maybe looking at the likes of, in very extreme cases, maybe a Pogba. That'd be a very expensive SBC, but I think a lot of people would go and do it. You also could see an SBC for somebody like Goretzka. He hasn't had informs. He does have a ones to watch card. You could see an SBC for him. Maybe an SBC for Jerome Boateng, or you know, a lot of different options for who these SBC cards could be given to, but they'd never disappoint. Obviously last year Alessandrini was a very OP card, and they knew that, and they gave him an SBC. So that's why sometimes this year people are thinking that Fred is a very good candidate for one of these SBCs, which definitely makes sense. So I want to look at down here at the bottom, I want to look at these SBCs individually and talk about the requirements, because yes, there were Team of the Week upgrades. There was basically every single SBC you could think of was thrown out in this promotion. Team of the Week upgrades, flash SBCs that gave out packs, and all kinds of good stuff. And then obviously the player SBC. So for a guy like Fabinho, he had minimum 4 France players. And Team of the Week, Foot Champions rewards, they allowed you to use your Foot Champions rewards, which was very nice. Hopefully they allow us to do that again this year. That was a very nice perk about Futmas. Maybe that's their way of giving us something as a present. We get to use these Foot Champions reward players that we've grinded to playing Foot Champs throughout the year so far. And then we had a guy like Buffon. So a lot of these SBCs were somewhere in the realm of 82 rated to 86 rated, and they almost all required Team of the Week players or Foot Champions rewards, and almost all of them had either league or nation restrictions. So for Gianluigi Buffon, we have 3 Italian players and an 85 rating. So you're going to have a lot of Serie A guys go up in the hype there. And that's kind of the way we're going to be viewing our investing. And obviously, you saw a couple France or Ligue 1 or Premier League player requirements, so that's where we're going to be focusing a lot of our investing. It's going to be on the nations, because those are going to be the gold cards that are going to spike the most when they get required. So Brazil, France, Italy, you know, the top 5 to 6 nations, really focus on those players as we look to invest for these Futmas SBCs. Here's a really big one. Raja Nainggolan had an 87 rated squad requirement, 2 Team of the Week cards, 4 players max from the same league. Now I don't remember a lot of people doing this SBC because I think it was very overpriced for that card. So it's going to be, hopefully it's not leaked, because again, it's just going to be on a per card basis. Whatever card that we get, we're going to have to assess the value of the SBC and really see if it's worth it for us to do. So we had promo packs opened with Team of the Group stage just last week, and some of these gold player prices are still kind of up a little bit, but they're still at a decent buyable value for how high they're going to go during Futmas. 86 rated players I think look phenomenal to me, even if we have an Icon SBC at the end of this week when Icon Set 3 does expire. I think these are kind of a double investment for Futmas and Icon SBCs. I think these cards look phenomenal, especially you're going to look at guys like Thiago, Fernandinho, Verratti, because they're always going to put a PSG player in, they're going to put a Man City player in, and they're probably going to put a Bayern player in because of just of those popularity of the clubs, and EA knows that they'll get people to do the SBCs if they have that popularity. Basically any single 86 rated on this list, buy one around 16,000 because that's a pretty decent price. Chuck it in your club, and when the SBC comes around and all those shoot up to 19, 20,000 coins, you can cash out, or you can do the SBC at a cheaper price. 85s, I have one favorite out of this group, and it is Vidal. At least right now on Xbox, he is pretty cheap at about 8,500 coins. On bid, you can pick him up around there, and I like that because of purely the Barcelona badge. Now, I could definitely see somebody like a Coutinho, or maybe, I don't know, another Barcelona player like an Umtiti, or somebody like that could possibly get an SBC. I would almost guarantee they put out an SBC for a Barcelona player during this promo. And then obviously you're looking at good leagues. You know, these are a little bit high for me. Miranda at 10K, Allison at 10K, a bit high for me. If these ever go to like 9K or below, that's where I really like 85s. But they can go to 12K in a flash because they're in that middle range where if you have an 85 rated SBC, they're used, and if you have an 87 rated SBC, they're also used. 84s also look good to me, just a few of them though. And we're going to kind of sort the graph here, go into this a little bit deeper, because I want to show you guys what exact 84 rated cards I am looking at based on the nations, the leagues that are most popular. So as we look here, right around the 3.5K mark, there aren't a ton of them. I like Jonas. I think he's a good pickup, and Perrine, because if you need chemistry in an 85 or 86 rated squad, Perrine and a guy like Benatia, that's going to be your go-to connection right there. One of my favorites right here is Dimitri Payet. He's French, he's League 1. He could maybe get an SBC himself, and he's going to be providing incredible links. And he's one of the cheaper cards. He's a center attacking midfielder 3,900 coins. If you can get that at 3.5 on bid, it's a phenomenal buy. Same thing with Karim Benzema. He's French, he's Real Madrid, and he gets good links to other people in SBCs. 3,500 coins for him. Neto's a good one, 3,500 coins. De Vrij, a little bit under 4K is good. And the rest of these guys, you know, they're a little bit more inflated because they're Spanish, and Spanish is one of the most popular nations to use when SBCs are required. So some of these guys might rise up a little bit. Javi Martinez is one of those people. If you can get him around 4,000 to 4,500 coins, that's a pretty good price for him, just because of the links that he provides to other cards. He doesn't ever drop as low. Wow, 4,000 coins on PS. That is a pretty good buy. If on Xbox, if you see him at 4,500 or below, that's a pretty good buy, because as you can see, when SBCs come, he spiked to 9K here, spiked to 6K here, and you know, this is basically what's going to happen with these Futmas SBCs is he's going to be down here chilling, 4,500 coins, and then boom, SBC comes out the next day, he's going to be 6K. And as we talked about in that previous video, you're going to want to unload those players when they get required, when they are up in price. You're going to want to unload them right away. Don't try to wait on later SBCs that will come out the next day, because usually when they release SBCs, the gold cards are just on a constant roller coaster of this. So one day they require French players, the next day they require Brazilian, and those players go up and down depending on how much they are required. Now, informs, as you saw, were very commonly required as well. Discard informs are very good, because if you have an 82 or 83 squad rating, you can get away with an 80 or 81 rated inform and just use some higher rated gold players in that squad, because those informs are cheaper. So your discard informs from this week's team of the week I think are fantastic looks. We'll look at that in another video, because this team of the week I think is going to be a great look to invest in if you can get in on it before Friday, if the prices get low enough on some cards. So we'll be watching that for sure. But I really want to focus on the 82, the 83s, and the 84s, because a lot of these SBCs were in that rating area. 83 wise, I think you want to look at players that were not in Team of the Week 10 or that were not in this Team of the Week last week, because those cards got a lot of supply. They got packed a lot because they got, obviously, there were lightning rounds for Team of the Group stage, so we kind of want to stay away from those cards. Now, in this Team of the Week, we have Vita. He's around 16K, and I think he can get lower than that, but that is a good buy because he links to Pepe. Yes, you guessed it. Pepe is a popular SBC material, and he will get a nice link to Vita. Now, obviously, you won't get a great connection to whoever's in goal, but if you put a Pepe at center back and Vita at a right back, that's a good chemistry link for an SBC. Other than that, I think Santi Mina is a good buy. He rose up today in the Sterling SBC hype. He went to about 22K. Sold mine there, and now he's back down to 18. So that's a good look as well. Even Lozano, interestingly enough, is a decent look for an 83 rated inform at 16K. People are going to choose the cheapest rated from this. And a couple other ones to watch would be Tarkowski, and I would think Santi Cazorla would be one to watch as well. But I would like to see those guys get a little bit lower before I'd buy in. The 84s, I think this could be very special. And as you can see, there's already one person from this Team of the Week, this current Team of the Week 13, that I have my eye on, and that is Sydney right here. Brazilian center back in La Liga. That is an SBC machine. Yes, Futmas is going to be out when this man is in packs, but what we want to do with this card is we're going to be investing in it before Friday if we can. If that card drops to 20K or under on either console, and you're going to have to get on it early before a lot of people start talking about it, that's going to be an incredible buy, because he links again. That is a green link to that Neto goalkeeper that I pointed out. They're both Brazilian in La Liga, so that's a very good inform investment right there. I also think Pavlenka is pretty good, because he's a German, a Bundesliga goalkeeper. You can chuck him in goal. He's 20K. He wasn't in the Team of the Week where there was a lot of packs opened, so I think that price could go to 25K or above. Sydney could easily go to 25K. So with Futmas coming up, obviously, as we talked about, we're looking at informs and we are looking at high rated gold cards. Let me show you my club right now, because I have a lot of those high rateds in the club, but I also have some more cards that I need to go out and get. I'm stocked up on the discard informs on the 83. I have a couple 84 rated informs and an 85 rated inform, and as you can see here, my club's ready. I'm stocked. I don't have a lot of 85s or 84s, so I'm going to get on that tonight. And also I need some more 83s, but those are a little bit more expensive at the moment. So basically we just want to get on a video and talk to you guys about that. I wasn't on foot a lot. I was on the video on the website most of the time, but basically what you can do is there's not going to be a lot of promo packs being opened, but with the weekend league rewards, that will supply people with coins and put some more gold cards on the market. So if you're around for weekend league rewards, this video will go up after that period of time, but there will be more gold cards on the market, and I would presume that EA continues to put some more promo packs into the store to keep having people open those packs. And also Team of the Group stage is still in packs. But again, Benzema is one of those guys who I really like and who I think could be a great pickup. Obviously see right now on Xbox he's going for right about 3,700, 3,800 coins, a couple here at 36. But I think the bidding is the way to go. Save yourself a couple hundred coins. You're going to lose some bids. You might get a little bit frustrated, but just add a few to your transfer list. And of course, late at night, even if it's Thursday night, if you're watching this video and it's Thursday night and Futmas is going to be coming the next day and we know it's coming, still hop on the bids. You can maybe find some cards for cheap. So I just added all those to my transfer targets, and here in just a bit I will go back and bid on them. I want to talk to you guys about the transfer list. As you saw here, today was a very good day for me. This Benzema I bought for 168, sold for 187. This Florenzi I bought for 240 fresh, and I got a very lucky lazy buy at 287. That was a nice profit. Lingard bought for 130, sold for 172. And then thank you to Player of the Month Sterling. We got the requirements right. Even though people aren't very fond of this SBC, there are still people out there doing it. All these Barclays were bought for an average of 25,000 coins. I have a few more left to sell, but I sold a lot at 30K. And then I have some blue cards here that I picked up in some supply just this a couple days ago when there was some UCL supply in packs. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, Futmas is going to be an absolute blast. We're going to be talking about what the SBCs are that come out. We're going to be looking at fluctuations of gold cards for the next couple weeks here. It's all going to be about link investments to those new cards. It's going to be about the gold cards, the SBC requirements fluctuating, and of course Team of the Week cards that are going to be in packs. We definitely need to look at those. So drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below what player you would like to see get a Futmas SBC. It's been Nate, the Foot Accountant. Catch you guys later. Peace out.